everyone, my name is Mrs. Thompson, and this video lesson is a 21st century after-school session for the Jamestown Public Schools. This session is geared towards students in grades K through 2. During this lesson, we're going to be reading a fantastic book called A Frog in the Bog, and that is by Karma Wilson and Joan Rankin. So, what do you think a frog eats? Well, I'm sure we're going to find out that this particular frog eats some pretty interesting things. Now, there's also a lot of rhyming words in this book, so let's see how many you can find. A Frog in the Bog by Karma Wilson and Joan Rankin. There's a frog on a log in the middle of a bog. A small green frog on a half-sunk log in the middle of the bog. He flicks one tick as it creeps up a stick. One tick in the belly of a small green frog on a half-sunk log in the middle of the bog. And the frog grows a little bit bigger. He sees two fleas as they leap through the reeds. One tick, two fleas in the belly of the frog on a half-sunk log in the middle of a bog. And the frog grows a little bit bigger. He spies three flies as they buzz through the skies. One tick, two fleas, three flies. Oh my! In the belly of the frog on a half-sunk log in the middle of the bog. And the frog grows a little bit bigger. He glugs four slugs and they slink through the sludge. One tick, two fleas, three flies. Oh my. Four slugs, ew, ugh, in the belly of the frog on a half-sunk log in the middle of the bog. And the frog grows a little bit bigger. He inhales five snails from their heads to their tails. One tick, two fleas, three flies, oh my. Four slugs, ew, ugh. Five slimy snails in the belly of the frog on a half-sunk log in the middle of the bog. What a hog, that frog! And the frog grows a little bit bigger. Then the log with the frog in the middle of the bog starts to rise. What do you think that is? And the frog sees eyes. And the frog sees claws and a big set of jaws and a mouth like a crater, and the frog screams, "Gator!" With his mouth open wide, all the bugs inside start to crawl and fly and slither and slide. Out come five snails from their heads to their tails. Four slugs, ew, ugh. Three flies, oh my. Two fleas, dear me. One tiny tick, ick. And right in the middle of a holler, that frog grows a whole lot smaller. "See you later," says the gator as he romps through the swamp, 'cause itty-bitty frogs aren't big enough to chomp. Now, the bugs in the bog keep away from the frog, and the frog never sits on a half-sunk log. So how did you like that story? Did you hear a lot of rhyming words? Because I know I sure did. So when we first meet Frog, what's he sitting on? Or what do we think he's sitting on? That's right, we think he's sitting on a half-sunk log. So where does the story take place? Or what's the setting of the story? That's right, in a bog. So what's the frog doing throughout the story? That's right, he's eating different creatures. So what creature does the frog run into that doesn't eat him? That's right, it's an alligator. And why didn't the alligator eat the frog? That's right, because the gator said that the frog was too small to chomp. Man, you're really good at these comprehension questions. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Again, my name is Mrs. Thompson, and this is a 21st Century After School Session for Jamestown Public Schools.